Hello everyone! Today I went thrifting with one of my good friends. I got 27 books. I'm a little out of breath from carrying all the books across my room for about $10. Alright, so I'm not going to do this in any specific order. I'm just going to show you what I got. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I'm trying to get out of teen fiction stuff and read more classics and nonfiction. The Secret Garden. I read this as a child. I read the children's version and I loved it, so I thought I might as well read the complete and unabridged version. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Moby Dick. And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie. Rocket Boys by Homer H. Hickman Jr. This is apparently a memoir. Heard of it before, but I thought it was fiction. The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. The Canterbury Tales by Geoffrey Chaucer. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. Yes. This is one of the few books by Dahl that I haven't read. My sister Emily, who also has a YouTube channel, I will link her in the description below. Remember, she loved this book, and she also loved Charlie and the Glass Elevator. I'm sure we own it somewhere, but I want my own copy. The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. It's kind of like one of those books that every person should read. I'll get the sequel at some point, but yeah, just a kind of classic. I'm really determined to get through these classics. Vanished by Meg Cabot. This is the first and second book in one. I love Meg Cabot as an author so much, even though she's kind of teeny boppery. I think that she's a great person and everything she writes has always been really interesting and entertaining to me. First discovered her via The Princess Diaries, like everyone else does. The Cupcake Queen by Heather Helper. Jodi Picoult's The Pact. Balzac and the Little Chinese Seamstress by Dai Cixi. I think that's how you say it. It looks really interesting to me, and it's, you know, about Asian people, which I haven't read a lot of books about Asian people, so I really wanted it. And it's a different book than what I usually read. I usually read like teen fiction and young adult fantasy and stuff like that, and this is kind of more like a historical fiction about two Chinese brothers, and it looked really interesting, so I thought I'd give it a try. Brown Girl in the Ring by Nalo Hopkinson. Little Bee by Chris Cleave. Description on the back is short but intriguing, so I just grabbed it. And also, I'm a sucker for good interior and exterior formatting with books. Like, if you have a good cover or good interior formatting in your book, I'm gonna buy it just for that. The Time Traveler's Wife by Audrey Niffenegger. I've actually read this book before, but I really wanted to own a copy of it because I loved it so much. Water for Elephants by Sarah Gruen. I loved the movie for this, and I've always wanted to read the book. My friend actually found a copy of it at a different thrift store, and I was super upset because there wasn't a second one, but I wasn't going to say that to her because I wanted her to get it. 2 thrift stores later, this was there, and I was like, thank you. Another Jodi Picoult book, The 10th Circle. 3 Cups of Tea by Greg Mortensen. I really want to read more books that expose me to more cultures, and this is one of them. Julie and Julia by Julie Powell. Jodi Picoult again. Vanishing Acts is the script and score for Footloose, the musical. Me and my sister were contemplating whether our high school director actually donated this because they did this show a few years back. I really like reading plays and I really like musicals, and I've never seen Footloose live. I've seen like videos, recordings of performances, and I've seen the movies, of course. I thought reading it would be good, and then maybe I'll see it live one day. The Enneagram Made Easy by Renee Barron and Elizabeth Wagel. Enneagram is actually a really cool concept about personalities and how personalities interact and how you grow and how you reach a healthy mindset. And my dad uses it a lot because he used to be a college minister, and he used it a lot to like help him through, you know, dealing with kids and dealing with people. I don't have like a really good grasp on it like my parents do though, so I thought that this book would be a good read to help me learn about that. I'm a number 3, which is The Achiever. Our Town, which is a play by Thornton Wilder. I've actually never seen this play, but I've heard it a lot. In every theater competition I've been to, it's been in production. I'm trying to read more plays because I think they're cool and I think it's an interesting format, and I write plays, so I want to familiarize myself with the format a little bit more. My Sister's Keeper by Jodi Picoult. I've read this book as well, but I wanted a copy of it. It's extremely good, way better than the movie. I look different in this part of the video because I'm adding on to it because I bought some more books a few days after the first part of this video. So I got The Secret Life of Bees, which I've heard is amazing. It changed my friend's life and now she's a gardener because of this, partially. The Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan, I apologize. I've heard so much about this author, and as a woman of color, an Asian woman of color, I really wanted to read her work. There's not a lot of like women of color representation in literature. I've seen the movie. The movie is awesome. The voice of Mulan is the main character, which is cool. Three Musketeers by Alexander Dumas. Full Tilt. I've been recommended this book a lot, and it was also a lot of like one of the books that you heard a lot about in high school. Once Upon a Marigold. I freaking love this book. This kind of like awakened the romantic in me. The Help is just a book that I've heard a lot about, and another people of color representation type thing. I really want to read more books about people of color. I've read far too many books about white people. And then the last one I got was Poppy Shakespeare by Claire Allen. I don't really remember why I picked this up. It just kind of looked cool. So that is my thrift store book haul. If you have any book recommendations for me, I would really appreciate it because reading is great and I think everyone should take part in it. Look at them all. Look at my beauties.